What is up, King Capital family? We got the return of the king. It's my corny little. I tried to use an AI photo. It came out terrible, so I just threw my own photo on here. But the reason I wanted to do this return of the king video for everybody is because I've been MIA for a long time, just about a year. And I was like, I'm getting back into trading, and I'm going to kind of walk you through a little bit about my journey and some of the context behind this return and what it means for you, really. So just to kind of give you like a brief history of what actually has been my trading journey in general first, and then I'll kind of walk you through why am I coming back into trading here. So I started trading back in like 2020, 2021, something like that, maybe 2019. It's been 5 or 6 years, maybe something like that. And the reason why I was dabbling in it was very, very much a hobby. It was not serious, is because I wanted to speed up my retirement. Can you relate to that? Again, and as you listen to this little bit of a story here, I want you to relate this back to, well, what is your trading story? What journey are you on in particular? For me, I wanted to speed up my retirement. I wanted to, stockpile some money and hopefully be able to not just have a retirement where, I've seen a lot of retired folk just kind of living off of Social Security and what little pension they might have gotten if you were lucky enough to get one. My generation, we're not like Social Security is going to be bankrupt by the time we're ready to retire. We have to take matters into our own hands and build up our own 401ks, IRA, real estate, all these different investments to try and hopefully have the ability to still retire, right? So I was looking into different things. I tried options. I tried Forex. I actually had some success with automated bots, which I throw tomatoes at now based upon what I know about them. And the reason why that was short-lived, even though I was making as much as 10 grand a month virtually on autopilot, is every single automated bot will fail eventually. I don't care how long they've been back tested. I don't care how many developers and how expensive it was to create. Those algorithms, whenever there's a news event, whenever there's something that comes out of the blue, they're meant to work a certain way, and those events occur to knock it completely out of whack. And my personal trading strategy, I do swing trades that maybe last a week, maybe a little bit more, but they're very conservative. Most of the time, I'm day trading where I am in and out of the trade. I'm making sure if there's financial news on the calendar, I've got it marked on my chart. If not, I'm just aware of it. I might even set up an alarm for any particular financial news that's happening. But I don't trust the algorithms for a bot that you could buy. Much, I should say, I don't trust a trading bot, that's using algorithms from the hedge funds as much as or even I don't trade that, or and much less is what I was trying to say. I don't trust that, and I don't trust much less the ones that you can buy yourselves. So long story short, any kind of automated trading, I'm not about at all, because I've seen them burn accounts. I don't care if it's somebody losing a $50,000 Forex account. I don't care if it's somebody trading options where they get margin called and they blow an entire $2 million trading account. I've seen all sorts of absolute insanity. And I never want to employ a strategy or teach a strategy that is going to potentially bankrupt somebody or whatever else. Again, this isn't financial advice by any means, but I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say by any standard, financial advice of don't blow all your money on one trade is sound advice that anybody would adhere to. So that was all 2020 through 2022. 2023, I was getting a little bit more serious about it. I had bought a few little coaching programs. Unfortunately, my wife ran into some health issues later in 2023. And at this point, I had a thriving marketing agency, which is the symbols and a lot of the awards that you see behind me is all related to my marketing agency's results for our clients and everything. And I was starting to, dabble in other stuff. I had actually started to sell my own courses and programs and things like that. And that was doing decently. Unfortunately, I couldn't run both businesses. And when my wife's health was struggling, I needed to make the decision to close one of those two businesses. So closing that business, I think we ended up losing. I think we took $100,000 loss from that. And I didn't care. Like I refunded, I think 140 grand to those clients, and it hurt. The clients not happy. I was not happy. Obviously my wife was feeling guilty because it wasn't her fault with her health issues and everything. At the same time, we thought, she might have brain cancer, and we had to go through months of testing. She actually had a miscarriage around that. And all the while I'm like, man, we're losing a business, which really, it wasn't that profitable anyway. But it was, my wife's income. So even if the business wasn't profitable, she had, a full-time income with that. We were losing that. My marketing agency, it was our biggest client. So my marketing agency was going to lose income. So my wife and I were both losing a nice little chunk of income from that, even closing an unprofitable business down. And I lost a friend at the end of that same year, that same month. It was actually the same day that we knew we had to shut the business down. I lost a friend that day. So it was a very turbulent time in my life, and it was very difficult. So if you're resonating with any of this stuff, please throw a comment down below. If you're going through some stuff, or if you've gone through some stuff, just know you can overcome. So that's one of the main messages I wanted to talk about in this video. And the crazy thing is through all of that, I was trading, waking up at 5:30 in the morning, to eat breakfast, to get in front of the computer for a 6:30 open because, actually 7:30 open because it was November. The same time I'm recording this video, it was November of 2023, I believe. And it was between Thanksgiving and the 1st of December, which was my birthday, and I had $20,000 in trading profits that week. I was trading indices. It was on a Forex brokerage though, but I was trading, I think, NASDAQ and the US 30, and made that 20 grand. And I was just over the top. And then my birthday hit, and that day I think I lost 3 grand because I wasn't looking at the financial trading news, which is why I talk about that a lot. And then, that month, I think I lost 7 of the 20 that I had made that that 1 week. I lost 7. Then January I lost 6, and started, making trades again, losing trades. And I was still up. I was still profitable, in the profits, but the amount of time and stress that I was under with trying to keep my main business, my marketing agency afloat, my wife's health, all of that, I was like, man, I just need to take a break. So I took a break at the beginning of 2024. I ended up starting to trade again later in 2024 and having some success with it. And then I really wanted to share my strategies to help others, which is why I had originally made this channel. Because being blunt, I'm an introvert. I don't mind working alone. But after a long time I've worked from home for 17 years, guys. And when I had employees and regular meetings, it was cool. I had some camaraderie. To go through a year or two where I'm working in solidarity, bored out of my mind, yes, I got out. I'd have lunch with friends, or I'd travel with family, do different things. But man, working alone, it's such a drag. And especially it doesn't matter if you make $300 or $3,000 in a day. It's just going for the money. It's pretty soulless, to be blunt. There's no feeling attached to it. It's just a dollar figure. And I try to live below my means. So, if I make an extra 10 grand in a month, that's not that huge of a deal to me. Is it cool? Is it maybe another vacation that year or whatever, that quarter? Yeah. But it's not completely altering my life as if I was making 10 grand a day or something like that, which I'm sure I'll talk about that in a later video. But basically, I realized that my marketing agency was doing well coming into 2024. And I was like, you know what, emotionally, what should I do in 2024? What am I going to want to go through the emotional turbulence and the ups and downs of trading? Or am I going to just stick with what I love, which was marketing? And I ended up sticking with the marketing. I rebuilt my agency, went from $20,000 to $40,000 a month with the agency, and things looked good. And then a couple months ago, there was just, again, a lot of turbulence, clients not doing. If you guys are freelancers, or you own an agency or whatever it might be, feel free to resonate with this and just comment below as well. When clients are in charge of their part of the business, and you're the marketer in this case, for me, my hands are tied when it comes to sales or operations or any other things that could affect what's going on with the company. One client we did $2 million in revenue for, and he's been having health challenges, and we've had to pause a lot of things. So, there's a lot of these thoughts that many of you might be having with your jobs where you're just like, man, like this is a glass ceiling. I can't make any more. They can work me to the bone and I might not make a penny more. Or maybe you're in sales and you have a little bit more of a say in terms of how hard you work and be able to make more commissions, go after bigger deals and make bigger commissions. You might make 20 or 30 grand as a salesperson, but you're still stuck calling those leads, that whole grind. Trading, being blunt, there's no other way that I like it other than being brutally honest, is trading is still also a grind. And unless you've got a support system and a community and this kind of camaraderie that I want to create here with King Capital, it's difficult. You know what I mean? So as I was going through 2024, again, I put the hammer down with my agency, about doubled it. And as this year kind of went on, I knew I was splitting my energy between my business and trading. And I kind of thought I needed to choose one and focus on my business. So it was great. I doubled the agency. But now after a couple clients, lost or on pause, that kind of thing, and me being like, okay, I bought a new house with a bigger mortgage. We're in the middle of renting out our old home. We didn't sell it because it's got a low interest rate because we got it during COVID. But here I am now paying a mortgage that's about $3,000 a month on a house that nobody's been living in for a month or two, almost 3 months maybe actually. And I'm like, man, like this is annoying. Now I'm like, what? I'm gonna day trade to make an extra $3,000 a month to pay for a mortgage for an empty house. This is dumb. You know what I mean? So, but it was one of those like, hey, I want to get into real estate for my finances, and this will help my retirement. And so far, I'm like, this is just another huge bill, right? So again, all learning opportunities as far as that goes. So again, this year, bought a new house in the middle of attempting to rent another house out. Went on 2 cruises. One was a cruise with a wedding that we went to on it. And then I loved it so much. I'm like, we got to come back. And we did another cruise 3 months later. Say 3 days, 3 months later. So that was a lot of fun. Been in Mexico twice this year as well. So 4 stellar vacations so far this year. We'll probably do another one here at the end of the year. So going on 5 vacations a year, still making great money. I should have it made, right? It feels good. I realized that I could still do my dream of trading and building up that retirement a little bit quicker and having a little bit more time and money freedom. At the same time, I was, even making the money I have and had the freedom that I've had, I was like, something is missing. And here's the point I'm trying to get to, guys. I know we're getting to the end of the video here. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, it doesn't matter how much money that you make or how little time it could take you to make that money. If it's not fulfilling, it's time to do something different. And this is kind of my call to action or call to arms for you. I jokingly made this Return of the King about my story, but I hope this story inspires you to draw your line in the sand and say, you know what? I'm going to start waking up at 5:30 in the morning if that's what it takes. Or I'm going to stay up a little bit late. Or today's a Saturday for me. I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of inspired. I'm going to have lunch here in a few minutes, but first I want to make this video for you guys because I'm inspired on a random midday Saturday to make this video for you guys to let you know that, hey, you can make a return as well. Get back in, don't give up, put the work in to get the result. And that's what I realized what motivated me. It wasn't me going and making more money trading or doing marketing or doing, any other skill set that I can go and learn, whatever. It was all about empowering other people and inspiring other people. And you can probably tell with the passion in my voice that I really, really want to see your growth and everything. Not because it's a charity. I do give to charity and there's other things that I do with tithing and such, but in terms of this is me being able to put my time into free YouTube videos. I've got 2 free courses that are they're 2 years old. the strategy is the same. And that's the great thing about this. And I'll probably do a video on the difference between trying to build a business and or trade, whether they're separate or at the same time, because there are pros and cons to both. I'll be very blunt with you about that. So I'll do a video on that. But what I'm getting here is this community and inspiring you guys to get results, you guys and gals, by the way, you kings and queens, to do this. That means it means the world to me. And that's what's really lit the fire under my butt to come back to trading, come back, at a high level and to be able to share everything. So, again, I'm just looking through, like, I had some bullet points and stuff that I want to mention. I was getting burnout with client work, wanted some freedom again, more income and more time. And the reason why I went back to trading and not, Amazon FBA or, selling stuff on eBay, or flipping houses, whatever else it might be. Trading is highly leverageable. The same skill set that I teach where you can make $100 a day, it's virtually the same process to make $1,000 or $5,000 a day. That's not the same with business. And again, I'll do a whole nother video comparing these two because I've had success with both. I've built, multi seven-figure businesses many times over for myself and for clients that I've had. And I've also done pretty darn well trading as well. I know I can, you can add 5 or 10K a month or 5 or 10K a week, with trading. And again, I've already created a lot of videos. I've already created some free courses and other assets and resources. And, I'm probably going to have a coaching program where I'm, actually sitting down. I don't know if it's going to be one-on-one or group setting or whatever with people, but I want to be able to pour into you to help you guys, gals, get the results with trading. So if you guys are interested, if you're fired up about this, please hit the like button, subscribe, click on any of the links that are in this channel here and get on the newsletter list. And I'll shoot out an email and or text message with updates as soon as new material is coming out, and expect a lot more videos from you guys. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. Catch you later. And this is the return of the king and return of you guys. Awesome. Catch you later.